You scared me.
Oh man. Oh, look at all these video games. What am I gonna do with all these? I didn't foresee that this would happen this way.
Oh, that dirty Phoenix resale, he doesn't care about games. He throws them all over his yard and they get damaged.
First of all, Hater Hank, I don't know if you knew this, but these games, every single one of them is encased in a protective plastic. And second of all, each one of these games is worth maybe like $5 to $10. And what can I say? I'm an entertainer.
All right.
And if you don't like it, you can suck a lemon.
Suck a lemon.
Okay, but seriously, what am I doing with hundreds and hundreds of low-dollar video games today? Well, as you guys know, I sell video games exclusively online, which means that games that are in the like $5 to $10 range, I can't really sell profitably after shipping and fees. So what I like to do when I buy large collections that inevitably have a lot of low-dollar games in them is I'll save them up over time in these large IKEA bags and then all at once take them to a video game store to use as trade-in and swap them out for games that I can sell profitably on Amazon. Now this trade-in is even more special than normal because I've literally got hundreds of games that I'm gonna be trading in at once. I mean, this is probably, I don't even know, I would guess maybe in the range of like 400 or 500. You guys can put your guesses in the comments below. And because there are so many of them, I'm taking them to a specific game store that I've done business with before down in Tennessee that pays really well for lower end games, because in store they sell tons of them. Now, Ryan, the owner, is a little bit camera shy, but he's more than happy with me filming in there. So I say, let's all cast our votes right now, not only for how many games, actually I'll give you guys a little bit better of a look. Okay, here is a look at everything that we're bringing down to trade in at the store.
Impressive.
I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bags of stuff. I'm gonna guess there's maybe 350 games in all of these bags. If I end up getting an average of $2 a game in trade-in, that'll put us at $700 in trade-in, but I want to hear you guys' guesses in the comments below before I go. I'm gonna make the drive to Tennessee bright and early tomorrow, and we'll get to see who ended up being the closest. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna try my hardest to remember to get a count of the actual games as well as the actual offer and trade-in, and we'll also be able to see what kind of games I pick up to bring back with me. All right, folks, well, after a 3 or so hour drive, here we are at Game Hub in Clarksville. Time to get all this stuff unloaded. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bags of games and a kitty cat. What's her name again?
She doesn't have one.
Still doesn't have one? And we got a nameless kitty. What I thought maybe we could do, because you mentioned that there are some lower end games that you're able to like pay more for than I might expect. What if we separate them in basically to piles of like $1, $2, $3, etc. games?
That's what I was gonna do.
Yeah, perfect. And then that way I can know at the end like which games I should maybe be willing to pay up a little bit more for in the future for trade-ins. I will say a lot of these games I have about $1 into, so the more we can get into the $2 and up pile, you know, that'll put a smile on my face, but I understand you gotta make your margins too, so looks like we both got a lot of work to do. While you're working on that, I think I might take a look over here at a lot of your inventory and see what kind of stuff I might be interested in to take home with me, maybe some more like mid to high range stuff.
That sounds perfect.
All right, let's do it. And folks, the crazy thing about this location in particular is just the insane volume of games to go through. There's really not much better to do. Like I said, I'm looking for like sort of like mid to higher end games to trade for. Really all there is to do is just kind of set the camera down and start scanning stuff. This little corner back here looks like a not bad place to start. I tend to do okay with PSP stuff, like another Street 3 is catching my eye. Some of these SmackDown versus Raw, you guys know I buy those a lot, and a lot of them look complete, so there's some potential there. And then also up here, looks like we've got a solid shelf of sealed stuff, so that's always interesting. Doesn't look like, it looks like mostly lower end stuff. Then again, sometimes I'm surprised what this stuff can go for on Amazon, so I'll definitely be checking those out as well. Alright, so I'm going through the good old PS1 section here, and if you guys know anything about me, you know that I'm kind of a sucker for Disney PS1 games. I don't know why I always look for them, but I found a little section of them down here. Look at that. Winnie the Pooh Kindergarten. I think a viewer has actually sent this to me before. Then this one, Disney's Treasure Planet. Did anybody watch this as a kid? That one really brought me back. This was an interesting one, the collector's edition. I think this came in a 3-pack, yeah, part of a set of Lion King Simba's Mighty Adventure, Disney Kitchen. Oh my gosh, I totally played this as a kid. It is like sort of like a Disney Cooking Mama almost, and it is not good.
Oh, sure. that too. Well, have fun. And we'll drop by again soon, just to see how you're doing. Bye-bye.
Going Quackers. I actually had this on the Game Boy as a kid. This one looks kind of decent, because trust me when I say the Game Boy Color version of this is not good. But the ones that I did find from this section so far, just in like these top 2 rows here, are Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. This is like a decent value game. It goes for like 35 to 40 or so on eBay. And then Disney's Hercules as well is actually a decently fast seller on Amazon. So gonna make an offer on those 2. And then I also found some PS2 stuff over here. A few copies of Family Guy. We'll see if we can come to a deal on.
Well, that's a no-brainer.
Call of Duty Legacy seemed a little bit spiked. There weren't all that many competitors on Amazon. And then Finny the Fish, not a fast seller, but worth more than you would think. I think in the like 20 or so range. So we'll see if he's willing to part with them for like 10 a piece. All right, Ryan, let me know how these prices strike you. I've got some PS2 and some PS1 stuff here. I found 3 Family Guys I could do 12 a piece on.
Okay.
That works. I found a Call of Duty Legacy 2-pack I could do 10 for.
Good.
I could do 10 a piece as well on these 2 Finnies.
Perfect.
And then on Bugs Bunny, on Hercules I can do 15, Bugs I can do 20.
Perfect.
All right, we're getting the ball rolling, folks. Feels good. People, I am floored right now.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Did anybody know that there was a Zaboomafoo PBS PlayStation game? Did anyone else watch this as a kid? I was all about that classic Zaboomafoo and the Crack Brothers. I actually watched a YouTube video on it recently. Gotta respect the classics. All right, so I finished up the PS1 section, got 4 titles for you. These I could be at 15 a piece for all of them. I got 2 Toy Story Racers.
Perfect.
That works. One, I hadn't heard of this one before. Jumping Flash 2.
Good.
And finally, the good old Gex 3.
Perfect.
Gex Night, folks. I already made that joke this week on my on my community tab. You guys, there's nothing wrong with recycling jokes once in a while. And then what is the status update? Are these bags that you've gone through already?
No, I haven't been through those yet.
Okay, but over here we've got stacks of, what's that, $1, $2?
3.
This is $3, and then this is like some $2 or $1 stuff?
I haven't even been through these yet.
Okay, well...
This bag is a $2 bag.
Okay, so this is the $2 bag, and where's the $1 stuff?
Below it.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, not a bad ratio so far then, and definitely making some progress. One of the things that I will say as I'm finishing up the PS2 section here is that if you can find any place like this in your area that just has tons and tons of inventory, regardless of their pricing, I'd highly recommend hopping in there and just using it as a learning experience to scan everything you possibly can if you're looking to get into video game resale yourself and just kind of put the time investment in to invest in your own industry knowledge, because like having access to this kind of information, if you just have your eBay or Amazon app as well, can be really crucial for starting your resale career. Also wanted to explain a little bit of my thought process as far as like making offers on stuff like this goes. If you do have a relationship, you're able to develop a connection like this with someone who has a lot of inventory. So for example, the Herbs Sim City, I think after fees conservatively, I should be able to get 10 bucks a piece. So on something like this that is lower dollar, I really like to stick with trying to double up. I actually just talked to him about these ones, offered $5 a piece, and he said that he was cool with it because he has a bunch more of them as well. That he's also going to stay in stock with. Once I get up into like the higher dollar, like $100, $200 games, I'm okay pushing my margins a little bit smaller because frankly, like I'm at a point in the business where the cash flow aspect isn't a problem, and if I have to do like a relatively low amount of work, aka listing one game for example, like maybe I'm paying $100 for a game and I'll only make 60 on it, I'm more okay with that than paying like $10 for a game that I'm only gonna make 6 on, if that makes any sense.
I'm confused. I'm confused right now, G.
So since so far pretty much everything that I'm looking at is in the like low-ish dollar range, I'm really trying if I can to double my money after fees on all of these kinds of like $5 to $10 to maybe even $15 titles. All right, so got another little pile here for you to inspect. We already said, got the herbs taken care of, 5 apiece on those. I could do 15 apiece on Matrix Path of Neo. I know I've bought those here before. That works. And then I can do 10 apiece for these 5. I had 2 Steel Lancer Arena Internationals.
Go for it. I
had 1 Samurai Showdown Anthology.
Okay.
And 2 MVP 07 NCAA baseballs.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Alrighty. Easy enough, folks. And wow, folks, would you get a look at this GameCube section? It makes me really wish that this was an episode of the GameCube Gambit, but unfortunately, as you guys know, according to the rules of that challenge, I'm not actually allowed to use like trade-in or any kind of like regular business inventory to pay for games for that collection. So even though I'm getting really excited looking at this stuff, I may just have to make this like a final destination for a future episode of the GameCube Gambit, because dang, look at that selection.
That's quite big.
All right, so got a $10 stack of PS3. I finished the PS3 category here. I got some $10 and $15 games to run by you. So here's the $10 stack. You can give me some yay or nays. Kung Fu Panda 2.
Good.
Alien vs. Predator, I found 3 of them.
Good.
Jurassic the Hunted.
Good.
Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z.
Good.
Virtua Tennis 4.
Good.
Thor God of Thunder.
Good.
Fight Night Round 4.
Good.
And the Call of Duty Modern Warfare Trilogy.
Good.
Awesome.
That was easy.
And then on the 15 stack, we got Capcom Essentials.
Good.
Tales of Symphonia Chronicles.
Good.
Saw 3.
Good.
Family Guy Back to the Multiverse.
Good.
And 50 Cent Blood on the Sand.
Good.
Dang, folks. He's making it easy on me. We got a 100% batting average right now, or 1,000? Batting 1,000, is that what they say?
I don't know.
I think I caught Ryan at a good time because he recently got a ton of huge trade-ins in, as you guys can see from the stacks of games all around here. So I think he's happy to get some stuff out the door and also some cheap stuff in the door, although to be honest, I'm probably leaving more with you than I'm going to be taking. So I don't know how much I'm actually helping on that, but nonetheless, grateful for the deals. All right, ladies and gents, just finished up the Wii and also smaller Wii U section. And also I found the only segment of inventory in this store that is looking pretty sparse. This little corner Switch section. Apparently not a lot of those getting traded in.
Nice.
And as far as Wii goes, a lot of you guys know, it's honestly mostly like, I don't know, 90 or so % shovelware. So you have to filter through a lot of low dollar stuff, but I was able to come out with a few gems. Alrighty, I ended up doing 3 piles for the Wii and Wii U stuff. First one, the $10 pile, I found 4 No More Heroes, 2 have the manual, 2 don't.
Perfect.
Alright, and then a Fast and Furious Showdown on the Wii U.
That's good.
Nice. Then this is actually a $13 pile because I didn't quite feel good about 10 or 15. Onichanabara on the Wii.
That's good.
And then 3 Punch Time Explosion XLs.
That'll work.
Sounds good to me. And then I had 2 $20 games in this one. Wheel of Fortune Wii U and Punch Out on the Wii.
Good on those.
Sweet. Yeah, a lot of you guys, these are a couple solid Bolo titles. I know I've talked about this one before, but Wheel of Fortune on the Wii U is actually surprisingly worth a decent amount of money. I think it goes for around 40 or so on eBay. You definitely wouldn't think it. Jeopardy as well actually does pretty well. I think maybe they're just like less produced, or maybe they're super fun. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know in the comments why these actually go for money.
Here are the stars of our show. That's Sajak and Vanna White.
And folks, just look at this cat curled up in the gamer's chair. Oh man, I am actually allergic to cats, so sorry guy, I'm allergic to you, and yet I love you. And I also love you, Mr. GameCube section. I'm, again, a little bit sad that I can't take any of these home for the collection, but I would guess we can probably at least find some stuff to maybe flip from here and make some deals on, so let's go ahead and see if we can. All right, so here is the section of GameCube offers. I found 5 that were in the $10 pile. Scooby-Doo, Night of 100 Frights.
Good.
2 Lord of the Rings, Return of the Kings.
Good.
Another, I can't believe I'm buying so many herbs today. Another herbs.
Good.
And then, believe it or not, Bratz Rock Angels.
Good.
This game goes for like, I don't know, 20 or so. Like, this one doesn't have the manual, so maybe not quite that, but who knew? And then also in the $13 pile, I got a couple copies of Street Volume 2. Does that work?
Mm-hmm.
And then, sorry, am I in you guys' way? Get out the way. Had Midway Arcade Treasures 3 in the 13.
Good.
And then 3 copies, believe it or not, of Donald Duck Goin' Quackers.
Good.
All right, we're on a roll. And then the $15 game I found was Street 3.
Good.
Alrighty, folks, that's how it's done. And he just told me we're getting a count right now of all the total games that I traded in, and he said that he finished the tally finally on what he's going to offer me on them. So we're going to get to hear that really soon. And I'm actually interested to see who's going to end up owing who money, because I think my total is right now in the like $600 or so range, and I haven't gotten to the highest end games over there. So we'll see if we can make some deals on those too. All right, so sitting right here behind me is most, not all, but most of the games that I ended up trading in today. Grand total of the number of it ended up being 568 games. So if you were close to that, congratulations. That was close to my original estimate, but then I kind of pulled back and was like, maybe it's more like 350 or 400. So 7 bags of stuff. I'm gonna guess there's maybe 350 games in all of these bags. I came in a little bit under. And as far as the total trade-in value goes, drum roll please everyone. Ryan, what are you gonna hit me with?
$1,114.
$1,114, which is right around, actually pretty close to exactly $2 a game, which was right around what I was hoping for. So definitely not going to complain about that. And it's higher than the dollar amount that I was expecting given the number of games that I thought were there. All right, so diving into a few 360 and also some miscellaneous PlayStation titles that he rustled up for me. These Minecraft story modes, I could be at 6 apiece. I don't know if that's interesting to you. They aren't doing all that great for me on Amazon though.
I'd probably hold off on those for now.
Hold off on those. This will be the pass pile over here because some of those I ended up passing on. Rock Band 3. Actually, this whole thing, I could do $10 a piece on anything in this pile. Is that worth it for your Rock Band?
Yeah, I'll do that for all those.
Okay. All these, you looked at them already? Mm-hmm. Okay. So we got a couple more Bratz, believe it or not, on PS2. That's a new bolo of the day, I guess. I had no idea that game was worthwhile.
This was the original worst PS2 game I ever owned.
007, Bakugan, Aliens vs. Predator, fairly standard stuff. And then this was the $13 pile. We had Test Drive, worth it. That was mostly just because of the condition. It's a little bit rough.
It's a bit of a harder sell, so I'll get rid of it.
Okay, yeah, I know it's normally worth more than that. Barbie and her sister's Puppy Rescue was also 13, does that work? Street 3, and finally Forza Horizon 2, awesome. And then we have pretty sizable $20 pile consisting of 4 Ultimate Spider-Mans and 2 Code Lyokos on the PS2.
Perfect.
Got the thumbs up for that one as well, sweet. All right, so now comes the interesting part. We've got some higher dollar games back here.
Money!
He mentioned the first party, like Melees, the Double Dashes. He's not going to be super negotiable on because they fly out the door. But stuff like, I don't know, like this Baroque. Well, it's missing the manual. I don't know if I'm crazy about that. How about this Scarface? What would you think on that? Does that have the manual? It feels heavy.
I was debating on keeping that for myself.
Oh, okay. I won't pry that out of your hands then. What about Norath? Is that one that sells good for you?
Here and there, but if you want it all, what's the offer is right.
Okay, nice and complete. I could be at I could be at 20. Is that close enough?
Yeah, you want both of them. Where are you at now?
Is this complete? Yeah, I'll go ahead and do 20 a piece. On these Godzillas, you've got 40 a piece. Any interest in 25 a piece? Does that work? Cool. All right, so the final batch of the day actually ended up being pretty sweet. We got a lot of higher end, mostly PS2 stuff. Full Metal Alchemist, Taito Legends 2, Magna Carta, Romancing Saga, a couple Godzilla games, a couple Norath games, Pokemon Channel, ooh, Capcom 2, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, paid $100 for this guy. Hopefully that'll end up working out on Amazon. Mortal Kombat Collection, Radiata Stories, Tales of Legendia, NCAA Football 11, La Pucelle Tactics, I'm gonna get roasted for my pronunciation here, and Raw Danger. And the final total, you ready, Ryan, of what I'm going to be spending minus whatever, what was it, 1,140 something?
I think it was like 1,144.
144, okay, wow, that actually worked out really well.
114.
14, okay, it didn't work out all that well. Because the total bill for my stuff that I got was 1,844. So I owe you like almost 700 bucks in the end. 730.
Money!
Your math is better than mine. How do you feel about that? I feel pretty good about that. I'm coming home with a lot of stuff that I'm definitely gonna be able to use, so I appreciate it, man. 500 video games flipped in a single day. That has got to be some kind of record on this channel. The total for the individual games, the average ended up being $1.96 per game, which is just a hair's breadth shy of the $2 a game that I was really hoping for. But I'm not gonna complain at all, especially given the volume of games that they took in. And I'm really happy with the games that I'm coming away with as well. I think I showed you guys pretty much everything that I'm taking home. If this is the kind of video that you guys enjoy seeing, definitely let me know in the comments. Drop a like on the video. I'd love to make more of them in the future. And some of the games in this stack that you might be most likely to find underpriced at your own game stores, I'm gonna be posting, as I always do, in the Video Game Reseller Discord. The link will be in the description for that as always. But yeah, solid day of trade-in action at Game Hub. Appreciate you all coming along for the journey as always, and until next time, I will catch you guys on the flip.